Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back and happy holidays. I know it is definitely that time of year. A couple holidays have already started. A couple holidays are right around the corner. And so because of that timing, I thought it would be fun to do a Barbie ranking video of all of the holiday Barbies. There are a lot, so this is going to be kind of a longer ranking video than a few of the Monster High ones I have been posting recently. If you aren't familiar with my ranking videos, it's literally just I take, in this case, every single holiday Barbie, and I have a little tier list that I made on Procreate, and I sort them based on my own opinion. So with that being said, this is, of course, just going to be my opinion. If you disagree, that is totally fine, and I would love to hear what your rankings would be down in the comments below. Also, if I sound a little off today, a little less energetic or a little quiet or anything, I'm getting over being sick because my body loves to get sick around the holidays or any important day. It's like, oh, you need to be somewhere or you need to do something or you need to see people. Illness. So I'm doing okay. But yeah, I have been a little bit ill. I had lost my voice for a couple days prior to filming this video. So if I just sound a little less than normal, that is why. But it's not gonna stop me. Like, I was so upset and I didn't want to not be able to do this video. So pardon me if I'm a little quiet. But yeah, I really wanted to get a holiday video out for you guys. With all that being said, before we dive in, I do want to say that if you find yourself enjoying this video as you watch, if you could give it a like, that would be awesome. If you are not subscribed already, you definitely should subscribe. I make new doll content at least 2 times a week. And then I also have a bunch of links of other social media of mine in the description box down below. Most notable is my Ko-fi. It's like a Patreon, and I would be oh so grateful if any of you guys would check that out and see if you want to support me there. But yeah, with all that being said, let's go ahead and finally actually get into the ranking. Okay, so if you have seen some of my ranking videos before, these are different tiers than I use because I wanted to get a little festive with it. So at the top we have Holiday because I had to make a pun somewhere. Almost, good but not for me. That one I kept for my Monster High rankings. It's a category for dolls that I can say are objectively well designed, but I just don't personally like. But I don't want to rank them too low because I do think they're pretty in a sense, if that makes any sense. Then I have Mid, not a holiday doll, which will come into play, you'll see what I mean. And then the bottom tier is Chip Bag, which I just thought would be funny, but okay. You know when you open up a bag of chips and you're excited to eat chips, and then 90% of the bag is just air, there's 3 chips at the bottom? That's the feeling that I feel encapsulates the worst of the holiday Barbies, so the bottom category is going to be Chip Bag. So we are just going to go ahead and start in chronological order, starting in 1988 with the first ever Holiday Barbie. And I gotta be honest, I don't think this was a great start. I like the little ornament she comes with. I think that's cute. I think the blue eyeshadow is very, typical of Barbie from this era, but I don't think that it matches the rest of the doll. The dress is, extremely poofy, and I can get behind that. I love me a good extravagant dress, but I just don't think this is done very well. She looks like a pom-pom, kind of, like a tulle pom-pom. I'm gonna put her in Mid, because I don't think that she is as bad as it can get. She's not a Chip Bag. And she gives me holiday. She's got mistletoe, and she comes with a little snowflake, but, I am not a huge fan. Then we have the 1989, and in some sense, I like this better. I love the, white. I think it's nice and frosty, and also it's more of, a generic holiday color. That might be the wrong word to use. But I feel like the Barbie doll is the holiday doll, but a lot of the time they're very, red and green and very clearly Christmassy. So I think that the white and kind of going for, the wintry look can be more reminiscent of other holidays or more inclusive towards other holidays. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I like the white. I like the snow inspiration more than some of the aggressive red and green Christmas inspiration sometimes. So I think the dress is cute with the fur and the frost and everything. I don't like the headpiece. I'm trying to if I take away the headpiece and I keep in mind that this is from 1989 because this is not my favorite era of Barbie, I will be honest in that regard. I just don't love 80s Barbies or even early 90s Barbies. I'm not a huge fan of. But I actually think the dress itself is pretty cute. I'm going to go ahead and put this one in Almost. Okay, 1990. I don't think that this picture is a very good picture. I don't know why I picked this one. I prepped this video a while ago, so I don't know why I picked this. Because I feel like the dress can look a little bit red in this picture, but it's definitely pink. And I gotta be honest, I just don't think that it makes sense. I know pink is Barbie's color. I know that that's like a thing. But I don't think it's giving me holiday. Like, if she weren't in this background with the wreaths and the snow, I would believe you if you said this was like a birthday Barbie or like a prom Barbie, like any other kind of Barbie. I'm putting it in not a holiday doll because I just don't. I know Barbie's thing is pink, and I feel like if you do pink accents, that could work. Like if you did like pink and white, like a candy cane, but it's like pink, that might work. But just the pink is not giving me holiday. 1991 is giving holiday, but I don't know if I like it. Ooh. Like, I like the velvet. I like the silhouette even is fine. I think the big bow in her hair is cute. And I even like the sequins on the bow. But I think the sequins on the rest of the dress is like way too much. But I could see who this would appeal to. I'm going to go ahead and put this in good but not for me. Because realistically, I think that I'm kind of picking with that one. I think that's just a personal issue. Okay, oh my god. I'm so sorry, I don't mean to laugh. What year is this? 1992. She looks like a chandelier. I had done a video before. I don't even know how long ago this was now. Probably last year. But I did a video roasting the worst holiday Barbies. And it's interesting because obviously my opinions have changed since then. I think some of the ones that were on like that video, probably I don't feel as badly about now. And other ones like this one, I'm like, I can't believe I didn't put this on there. She straight up just looks like a chandelier. Like, it's so funny. But, like, it is bringing me so much joy because of how bad it is. Does that make sense? Like, I don't even know how to rank this. Is it giving me holiday? That's a question. Because the not a holiday doll is a whole category. So I have to think, like, is it giving holiday? And I think yes. I think, like, the white and the silver and the extravagance is giving holiday enough. I'm going to go ahead and put her in mid. She's, like, almost too extravagant to belong in mid, but I think that that's appropriate. 1993. No. I'm really sorry if you like this doll. This is so ugly. Everything about her. Like, the skirt alone is maybe the only redeeming factor if it had a completely different top, but everything on top just completely ruins this doll. It's so much and so awful. It's going in chip bag. 1994. Ooh, I like this one. It's so fun because, like I said, I prep these videos ahead of time. Like, I get all of the pictures in Procreate so that I can do this video. And I kind of forget in between prepping and filming how I feel about these. This one is cute, though. Ooh, I think we're going to have our first holly. Yay. I love the lining, the fur. I like the two different kinds of kind of gold fabric. She's got just enough other embellishments to make it really holiday without it being over the top. We have a holly, yay! Oh, that's so exciting. I love it. Next up is 1995, and I can at least rule out not a holiday because this is definitely a holiday doll. I have no idea what's up with that insane neckline. I honestly feel like it could be really cool in a different setting. Like, if that's the star of the show, like, you have this dress that's, like, very sleek with this crazy neckline. That could be a very fun dress for a doll or for a person. But I think that because it's got the ball gown skirt, it's so much. Like, it takes away from the neckline and just makes it look gross instead of, like, high fashion. I don't know if that makes any sense. I hope I'm making any sense at all today. Wow, what a time. Anyway, though, yeah, I hate the print. The holly is too much. I like her accessories, though. Like, the necklace and everything, that's cute. Just the actual dress is really gross. I think I'm going to put this in chip bag. I hope that makes at least one other person laugh, because I thought I was hysterical for making that a category. 1996. Okay. She's very bundled up. I don't mind it. I love the hat. I think that that's really cute with the snowflake. I feel like I used to have this doll as a kid. She feels weirdly familiar. I don't know. I think I'm not a big fan of the intensely poofed shoulders. That's what's getting me. But everything else I do like, so I think I'm going to put her in almost. 1997. This was the year I was born. Do I like this Barbie? I like the design. I think that it's impressive because when you compare it to some newer ones that we're going to get to down the line, like, she's got detail. She's got design. She looks cool. You know, even if you don't personally like it, this is a cool doll. The more I stare at her, though, the more I actually do like it. I think the ribbon is a great idea because it just makes her look like a whole present. She's very cute. All of the details and the layers. And so I'm going to put this one in Holiday, too. I convinced myself into it. I don't know how that just happened, but I do think I like that one a lot. 1998. I know this was on my Roasting the Worst Barbies video because I like the actual dress, but I don't like the pink, like, shawl thing. I don't even know what it is. Overall, though, don't think it's a bad look. I still think the pink is very shocking next to the black. Like, there's no other pink element in her design to kind of tie that in. But if I didn't know this was a holiday doll and you presented it to me, I don't think in a million years I would guess this was for a holiday, so it's going in not a holiday. Because, like, it just looks fancy, you know? Like, it doesn't look like a holiday to me. 1999. I like when they come with ornaments. I think that's like a cute touch because then you have the doll and then you have like a little ornament on your tree. I think that that's precious. Not at all opposed to the blue and silver. I think that that is a nice change. Also Hanukkah colors, so like representing a different holiday. That's fun. I'm just not sure how much I like her. I think I'm going to put good but not for me because I can never imagine myself gravitating towards this doll, but I also can't really pinpoint anything that's bad about her design, so I think that that's a solid ranking. Okay, for the year 2000, another one with an ornament. It's very cute. I like this one. Again, it's not like the red. There's so many red holiday Barbies that I think it's just refreshing to see any other color. I like the gold though. I think that that's very pretty, especially like following up the silver and blue. I think that these two like are kind of complementary because you have like the gold and the silver. It's very cute. Again, I can't imagine myself going, I like this doll, but I do think it's a good doll. So that's also going to go in good but not for me. Next up we have 2001, and I don't know how to feel about this because like it reminds me a lot of, I already forgot what year it is, I'm sorry, but this one with the pink and the black dress, where the dress itself is fine. I feel like the red and like furry, I can't think of words today. I don't know what to call that, but that thing, you know what I mean. I'm sick, okay? Leave me alone. That thing feels like it was added to make it look more holiday, which I understand why, because especially, I think the stars are kind of throwing me off. Because, like, I think that, again, you can use silver and, like, blue and make it look like a holiday doll. But the silver on this, like, doesn't give me holiday. It gives me, like, moonlight theme because of the stars. It's giving me fantasy rather than holiday. So I think that, is that a stole? I don't even know where I am. I think that thing, though, is added to try to make it look more holiday, but I think it just looks out of place. I'm going to put her in mid. I don't really have any strong feelings towards her, so I guess that's where she belongs. 2002. Okay, this is so hard because objectively I don't hate this dress, and I know this did come in other colors. I think this might have also been on my roasting video. I can't even remember. But my problem is that this does not give me holiday. I think the other colors were like, maybe there was like a blue or a green. I can't remember. But I think it's this, like, bust detailing with the vines. It makes me think more elf, like elven princess or like a woodland fairy kind of vibe than it does holiday. Any holiday. So, like, I like it, but I don't think it's a holiday look. I'm gonna put it in not a holiday doll. All of the not a holiday dolls have some kind of pink, and I promise that wasn't intentional. Like I said, there were variations of color for this one, but here we are. Okay, then we have 2003. If I recall, this might have also been in my roasting video, because I think that I said this Barbie looks like a woman who just killed her husband and is trying to, like, play the greedy widow. And I still get that vibe. I don't know that I'm mad about it. Oh, God. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I think the fur helps it look more holiday. Does that make sense? Like, it gives me cold. I'm gonna put her in mid. 2004. I think this doll has good detail, but honestly, she's just kind of boring. But is that me? Is that a me problem? Or is that a doll? Like, I'm putting a lot of dolls in mid. I don't know. This one's so hard. I think I have to put her in mid, too. I'm really filling up the space in mid, but, like, I'm so unenthused, but I don't, like, hate it, you know? 2005, though. Wow. This is, like, an ugly doll to me. I'm really sorry if you like this one, but I think this is so ugly. It's like a really terrible pageant dress. I appreciate that they tried to give her detail, because, again, some of the ones in, like, the more recent history are not very detailed at all, but I think it's detailed in all the wrong ways. It's both not a holiday doll and also chip bag. Can I put her in both? It's giving me pageant. But, like, in a terrible way. I think I am. I'm gonna, like, put her right in the middle. She is both. That's a unique... I've never done that before in a ranking. I don't know if that says something special about that Barbie or something terrible about this Barbie. I have literally no idea why, after this point, my camera decided to focus off of me for the rest of the video. So the rest of the footage that I have of myself is just a big fat blurry mess. So from here on out, I'm just going to be showing you the screen recording of my iPad. I'm really sorry because I feel like it's kind of funny to see my facial expressions sometimes. But yeah, you can't see them, so that just didn't work out. And yeah, I could go back and refilm it to, like, have the footage there, but I feel like that takes away some of the fun because my genuine reaction wouldn't be there for the second half of these dolls. It would be me, like, manufacturing what I felt before, and I just don't want to do that. I would rather not be on camera and be able to give you my genuine reaction minus the expressions than be on camera and, like, be trying to give you the same level of emotion, if that makes sense. So I'm really sorry. I'm upset about this, and I hope that it's not too, like, distressing for you guys to, like, have that part missing. But yeah, we're working with what we got, so continue on, I guess. Okay, next up we have 2006, and you guys actually taught me on my Roasting the Worst Barbies video that this doll is inspired by, like, traditional Slavic wear, which I didn't know at the time, so I'm glad I know that now. That being said, I feel like inherently she kind of has to go in the good but not for me category. As far as I know, no other holiday Barbies are inspired by, like, other cultures to this degree. And I kind of wish they would do that more. I think it'd be fun. But yeah, this is not my culture. Like, I don't have any Slavic family history, so this is not made for me, but apparently it's a pretty good representation, so good but not for me. Perfect category. 2007. This is a bit on the nose. This is a little bit much. Okay. I just thought about this and I'm really sorry. Okay, the Santa, I feel like it had to happen at some point, but also I wish it didn't because it's just too on the nose. I know that Barbie in the past has made more, I guess, budget holiday dolls where they're not, like, the official holiday doll for that year, but they are holiday themed. And she's had Santa dresses before in that, and I feel like we should have kept it there because it just isn't exciting enough to me. I think that's the thing, is, like, the basic Santa dress is not that exciting or that unique or, like, a particularly new design. You know, there's no, I don't want to say no creativity because that's not quite the right word, but there's, like, a lack of innovation in just making a Santa dress. I think that they tried to add innovation by adding the lace, which, good on you for making an effort, but I gotta be honest, it looks like a cross between, like, a kid's Barbie Santa doll and, like, a sexy Santa outfit. And I don't think that I don't think that's where Barbie meant to go. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna put this one in chip bag. Okay, then 2008. I know I said this before, and I will never be able to stop thinking it. The bottom half looks like tin little like cupcake holders, like you bake cupcakes in or muffins in. That's exactly what it looks like. Top half is absolutely gorgeous. The bottom half would have been great in another fabric. I don't even mind the silhouette. I think just that particular fabric is not working for me. She's gonna go in mid. Because, like, I like half of her, but it just can't redeem the rest. 2009. Okay, again, I really did not mean to do this with all of the pink dolls, but this doesn't look like a Holiday Barbie to me. This just looks like a regular Barbie. Like, if you told me that this was a new collector release Barbie that they had just made, like, thematically pink, I would believe you. I can't, in good conscience, put this anywhere other than not a holiday doll. I don't even, like, dislike pink as a color. I don't know what's happening here. 2010. I think this doll would have been really cool with a cape. I think a cloak would have done wonders for her, because that would have made it very, like, Winter Wonderland-y. I do love this detailing. I think that that's beautiful and absolutely not something we would ever get today. Like, the earrings, the accessories are all very beautiful. Even the ribbon, I don't mind at all. I just really wish that the little, like, jacket? Is that the right word? I cannot think of words today. I'm so scared this is going to be a terrible video. I'm so sorry. I'm clearly sick. But I think that that's throwing me off just because I really want it to be like a cloak. But everything else is very pretty. So I'm going to put this in almost. 2011. Ooh, this is hard. I feel like the shapes are very interesting. They don't work for me. But I applaud what they were trying to do with making it a bit more structural, a little bit more interesting. There's the embroidery, different fabrics. I think I'm going to have to put this one in good but not for me. Because, like, I definitely don't like it. But I really appreciate that they put in an effort in that one. Okay, 2012. It is good, but also boring to me, if that makes sense. I think I'm, like, looking at the other ones to try to compare, to try to, like, formulate my thoughts. I love the fabric on top. I think that's really beautiful. The silver detailing is super nice. The bow I appreciate. I'm going to put her in almost. Because I think that if I didn't know there were a lot more red dresses coming, I would like her more, if that makes sense. Like, at a certain point, the Holiday Barbies, it's like, please stop doing red. And I know it doesn't look like there's a lot of red here, but there are also some color variations where I intentionally didn't pick the red one to be, like, nicer to them. So, yeah, I think I'm just tired of red, but that shouldn't count against her because it's a pretty good design. 2013, I don't like this one. I love what they were attempting, and it just didn't work. Like, the kind of lacy snowflake pattern, absolutely beautiful. Again, I like the wintry ones. I think that that's very pretty. And I think that that could have been really good, but there's no contrast at all with the silver background. So it just kind of bleeds together in not a very flattering way. I don't know what this nonsense is at her hips. Completely unnecessary. I feel like if they had leaned more into the snowflake lace and given it more contrast and given it more focus, this would have been a beautiful doll. But as it is, this is going in chip bag. 2014. It's so sad because, like, knowing what I know now about the most recent Holiday Barbies, I'm impressed just by the fact that there's different fabrics. And, like, nice different fabrics, you know, like, with texture. But trying to, like, be more objective, I love the necklace. I think that's very gaudy and fun. I don't know, something about the way this poofs out I don't like. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I'm going to put this in good but not for me. I think probably someone else likes this, and for good reason, but for some reason I'm just not here for it. 2015. I feel like this has pieces that I should like, but instead I just hate everything. Like, again, we've got something happening with the snowflakes, but it's just orchestrated, like, completely wrong. Like, it could be so good, but it's just not there. And even like the bottom, I actually really like this, I don't know what to call it, like style. I like the kind of mesh with the big ruffs. Oh my god, I cannot think of any words today. I'm so sorry that you guys have to watch this as your holiday video. I don't know what's happening with me. But I just don't like it. I feel like I should like all the individual pieces, and I just don't actually like it. I'm gonna put this one in mid. 2016, I want so badly to like this because the dress underneath this cage nonsense is so pretty. Like the skirt, this is so beautiful. I love the glitter. I love the gradient. It is so pretty. And if they had done anything else on top other than this, this could have been so beautiful. And I'm so mad because of that. It's a holiday doll. It's giving holiday. It's sparkly. It's shiny. It's beautiful. But it's just so sad. So disappointing. I'm going to put her in chip bag. Because I think it's like a worse thing when you have a beautiful base and you ruin it. 2017, I don't know how people feel about this doll. I really like the star. I think that is like some next level nonsense that is just honestly very fun. Because I feel like there's so many things that have already been done within the Holiday Barbies that you need something different. And I like this. I think this is fun. I think the dress itself is kind of boring. And I don't like that the shoes are like a different type of gold than the star. I know that's very nitpicky. But I feel like they took a risk, and it's not bad. It's not my favorite, but I do think it's pretty cool. I'm going to put that in almost. 2018, I don't like this at all. I'm so sorry. I hate this kind of ruffle. So gross looking to me. Every once in a while it can be executed well, but in my opinion, I just really hate it. Especially like all over the top. It gives me like the same vibe as like the weird popcorn shirts. Oh, absolutely not. They were like this tall, and they like stretched out really wide, and they were like, I'll put a picture in if you are unfamiliar with it, but it gives me the same kind of vibe as that. I just, nasty texture, like bad texture in my head. I don't like that. All of the jewelry is cool, but it's way too much for this dress. And also, if this weren't a red dress, this would not give me holiday. This gives me like kid's birthday party. I don't like that. It's not a holiday doll. 2019, the candy cane. And this is what I mean, where like if you wanted to use pink for this to make it different than just being another red dress, this would have been a good way to do pink, because the candy cane striping would have made it still so obvious that it's a holiday doll, even though it's not red. I feel like that was a huge missed opportunity, because clearly, given some of the previous years, they really want to do pink for the Holiday Barbie, and this was a great time to do it, and they just didn't do it. I also feel like they shouldn't be afraid to let her wear like a slinkier dress. They've done so many ball gowns, and out of all the ones over here, the only one that has like a skinnier dress is this one, but it still flares out really widely at the bottom. I feel like if they didn't have this kind of overskirt happening that poofs out at the hips, this would have been a better doll. Like, let her just have a tight dress. Just because it's the Holiday Barbie doesn't mean she has to have a ball gown. And I say that as a ball gown lover. I love big poofy skirts. But, this doll just screams to me of missed opportunities. I'm going to put her in mid. 2020, are we already there? Wow, 2020, this is so ugly. I'm sorry, but it is. I just don't understand. The shoulders, I know I said this earlier in this video with another one, I feel like that could be an interesting aspect, but they didn't let that be the focus of the doll. They had to do this nonsense at the bottom. Like, top half, aside from that hideous belt, the top half looks good, but this, why? Why would you put that on a Holiday Barbie? Like the stupid little molded on bow belt, it looks like a playline Barbie that would disappoint me. So I'm even more disappointed to see it on a Holiday Barbie. I love the color. I think the yellowy gold could be so pretty. We don't have a lot. I mean, you can see over here, we don't have a lot of that color, and it could be so beautiful. But they ruined it. There's finally contrast with the snowflakes, but it's on this gross skirt that's like weirdly played. I'm so upset. There's so many good elements, and it just turned out so bad. Chip bag. 2021. I don't know how to feel. Again, I don't think that this, like, overskirt is necessary, and I cannot emphasize this enough. This is coming from someone who loves dramatic skirts, dramatic layered skirts, big poofy nonsense. I love it. This, unnecessary. I feel like this would have looked better if you just didn't have the tulle at the hip. But also, armor. Again, armor, cool. That's like a cool thing to do. If you are going to go full tilt and make your Holiday Barbie wearing armor, like a winter warrior, that could be so cool. But this is like halfway and it just doesn't look good. Is it giving holiday? That's like the definitive question here. Just because it's silver does not... I don't think it's giving holiday. I'm going to put this in not a holiday doll. And then lastly, we come to possibly the most disappointing doll of the bunch, 2022. I just feel sad, especially making this video. I know a lot of other people have talked about it, and I did like a whole video on like corporate greed and a bunch of different doll lines declining. I didn't go a whole lot into Holiday Barbie specifically in that video, but you can definitely see it here. Like, looking at my favorite ones, even pixelated, look at the detail. Like, the different fabrics, the layers. It's so beautiful, and you could tell that whoever made these dolls cared. Like, they actually wanted to make something nice. And now, like, it isn't a bad design. I get what they're going for with, like, the poinsettia flowers and, like, the petals. I get that. But it looks like a kid's craft project. Like, if your child brought this dress home from school and were like, hey, yeah, we use scrap fabrics to make doll clothes today at school for the holidays, you would be so proud of them, and you would cherish this dress, and you would put it on one of their Barbies, and, like, you would love that. But coming from a corporation that has in the past made this stuff, these, like, detailed design, even the ones I don't like, at least, my God, this was detailed. This had something to it that had heart. Like, this one just makes me sad. And it epitomizes the chip bag feeling, because it's like Holiday Barbie. They make one every year. Sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's really bad. But, like, they make one every year. It's exciting. You, like, are amped up for the release. And this is what you get? Absolutely not. Chip bag. This is a terrible note to end on. I should not have done these chronologically. My bad. This is the ranking. As you can see, I'm not really a big fan of Holiday Barbies. Yeah, I'm not, like, a Holiday Barbie collector. Some of them are fine, and I think it's super cool if you are a Holiday Barbie collector. I think it's neat, the idea that one comes out every year. Like, it's a very collectible line. For me, though, I want dolls in my collection that I will display year-round, and I know that it's going to bother me if in June I have a Holiday Barbie hanging out on my shelf. So that's, like, the main reason I don't buy them, is just because I'm weird and picky. But, yeah, you can definitely tell based on the ranking. I do think it's sad how many are in chip bag. I kind of feel bad about that. I also think it's sad how many are not a holiday doll. Maybe you guys disagree with me on those. I'm very interested to hear about your opinions on that. But I think a lot of Holiday Barbies just completely miss the mark, which is funny because, like, there are so many holidays to draw from this time of year. Like, obviously, I'm not, blind. I know most of these are Christmas inspired. Like, I know when Barbie says Holiday Barbie, a lot of the time it's a Christmas Barbie. But there are so many holidays around this time of year that you could draw from that it's, like, kind of embarrassing that so many don't remind me of any holiday. Hopefully I just don't know anything, and there's, like, some reference in there that I'm not getting. But I don't know. Yeah. So this is the ranking. So yeah, that is going to be it for today. Again, I'm really sorry if my energy was weird or anything. I sat down to film and was like, oh, well, I can speak, so clearly I'm good to film. But obviously something in my brain is still not firing quite correctly, because I do feel like my vibe was really weird today, so I'm so sorry. But I just really wanted to be able to get this out for you guys. I was so excited when I was prepping this ranking. I was so excited to get to the point where I could film it, and I was so excited for this day to come. I was so excited for my camera to not be blurry. And I really wanted to be able to put it out there for you guys. So I hope that you were still able to enjoy it despite me being a little bit weird today. But yeah, like I said earlier, definitely let me know your thoughts and opinions on all of these Barbies in the comments below. I would love to hear kind of what your rankings would be. Or there's a lot, so like if you can't put the whole ranking, I get it. Maybe just tell me like your favorites and your least favorites. But yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day or your night or whatever it might be. I hope you have a lovely holiday, whatever holiday you happen to be celebrating this season, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.